Hey there! This time I'm at home, doing mostly post-production and planning my next adventures. And I realized that every time before my previous travels, I had that idea in mind to create that some kind of tutorial, how to prepare for a road trip, how to prepare for overlanding travels. I wanted to show you how the preparations look like, talk about essentials, but every time that was crazy hectic and I ended up with just a few stories on my Instagram. My Defender 110 is still quite a new project, so every time besides packing, I was doing some other things like new seats, installing new carpets, changing tents, doing camper build on the back, all of that plus figuring out mechanical conditions plus rust-proofing things. It was a lot. Now everything is sorted out, so it's perfect timing to talk about preparations for a road trip. To give you more of a background, last years I spent mostly on the road working as a photographer, and 2 years ago, when my girlfriend joined me full-time, we started working as a small production crew, traveling together, and then we started developing every detail of preparations and living on the road to enjoy the journey as much as possible. Because when we travel, most of the time it's a mixture of adventure and work, and from my perspective, planning, packing, the whole preparation part makes a huge difference. So first things first, before even thinking about packing, I start with bigger picture. Where I'm going, what's the terrain like, what's the goal of the trip. Sometimes we are heading to specific location for a shoot, other times we just have a rough direction and we are figuring out things along the way. But no matter what the plan is, I have few essential apps that I'm using. The first one, Google Maps. It's my basic navigation tool, saving spots, and what I use the most is satellite mode. It's really helpful during the preparations. You can take a look from above, you can check the terrain, and sometimes you can even find a path which is not recommended because it's just a line on a map, but you can have an overall view. Like here in Gorafe Desert, I found amazing spots just from the satellite view. Gaia GPS, it has more detailed topographic maps. You can record the track and then export as a GPX file and share it with your travel buddy. Wikilog, you can find here more off-road tracks, very often with pictures and descriptions, plus potential difficulties. I use it planning the off-road trips to Romania, and every time you can find some new inspirations here. Park4Night, finding camping spots, looking for a place to refill the water, or parking the car overnight in the big city. It's a community-driven app, so there are reviews that are really helpful when you need to find a quick solution. You can filter places by categories like camper spots, 4x4 spots, parkings, laundries, or places to refill water. For example, this place was found with Park4Night. That was a beautiful camp spot before we head to Sahara Desert for a few weeks of production. These apps can be really helpful, but the biggest fun is when you can follow your gut. And let's say we are in the middle of nowhere in Carpathian Mountains, looking for a camping spot, and then you don't need technology. Just follow your feelings about place, take a look around, how's the weather, and find the most beautiful one for a night and enjoy the nature. Another app, Saily. Since I work on the road, internet connection is crucial. Many times when I was in South Germany and I was jumping to Switzerland, no data, crazy expensive roaming package. The same when I was crossing Balkan countries like Serbia, North Macedonia, Albania or Kosovo. I was struggling so much with the internet connection because they are not in European Union, and again, no roaming data package and crazy prices from my provider. And that's how I found Saily, which makes it so simple. You can plan it beforehand, buy a package and activate it when needed. You can get even a small mobile data anywhere without swapping cards or dealing with crazy expensive roaming. Super useful when you need to upload content, check your emails, change your route, or just in case of a breakdown. You stay connected, you can be in touch with your mechanic or find a towing truck. It's quite simple. Instead of looking for a local SIM provider, you just download the app, choose country or region, and then pick up the data plan you need. The best option is to do it as a preparation part to have it ready before hitting the road. Use this code to have 15% off. Preparing your vehicle. I don't want to focus on a specific vehicle, so let's say in general, maintenance checks before your travel. Oils, fluids, filters, tires, brakes, lights, and the battery. Besides these mechanical checks, you can pack a small box with set of tools that fit your vehicle. If you are a minimalist, maybe just multi-tool, duct tape or zip ties. Always. It's good to have some basic spare parts like bulbs, fuses, and maybe something like the main belt. Depending on the car, you have to find the best solution to keep things simple and not have extra 50 kilos of spare parts. That's the mechanical part. Now it's time for camping gear. When you're gonna do wild camping or just camping from time to time, here are 5 segments. The first one, sleeping solution. 3 options: sleeping inside the car, rooftop tent, and a ground tent. Every solution has some pros and cons. Cooking and food storage. Basic setup could be just a gas stove and some pots to boil the water or make some simple pasta. I prefer to keep it simple and I use a minimalistic gas stove and extra jet boil. That's a game changer, it boils the water in a second. If you're gonna be outdoors for a longer time, a fridge or a cooler could be a useful option to keep the food fresh. Water solution, that's something you need to cook plus take a shower. My favorite solution is based on 2 tanks, one between 10-20 liters for everyday use, washing the dishes, taking a shower or brushing teeth, and one bigger 42 liters as a storage to refill the smaller one when empty. It's something that you need when you're gonna spend a longer time in remote places. About showers, also hundreds of options. I'm using one with an electric pump and I always have 2 of them in case of a breakdown. Electricity, that's a big topic, from the car converter or power banks through a second battery system, solar generator and solar panels on the roof. Camping setup? Let's say that's gear you need when spending time around the car, like folding chairs, table, maybe some awning. Depending on your car and traveling style, there is a wide range of products, but it doesn't mean that you need them. If you have a smaller vehicle or you don't need this glamping style or heavy overlanding setup, just grab the basics and hit the road, that's all. Be flexible, be open for new adventures, and remember that we are here to tell the stories and that's why we travel. Let me know in the comments if you are interested in more detailed tour on my car. I could show you solutions that I'm using being on the road. Let me know and see you in the next one.